that I'm seeing. But most of the boot camps, at least sa mga the ones I'm seeing, no, they have a high emphasis on kind of the technical skills that you need, mostly software
Ah,
development. Parang, oh, you need to learn SQL, Python, Excel, Power
ah,
BI. I think those are, I think, very practical. Pero I don't see enough discussion on like the mindset, no, of a data
yeah.
analyst. Diba? Parang,
That
or how do you attack a
that
problem? Paano yon? How did you
yeah.
do it when it was your
That
your journey?
that's actually very funny, right? Because again, before I was a comp sci major, I was actually a business and accountancy major. And when I took the computer science course, I really love the part wherein you have to break down the problem into smaller problems so that you can find better solutions. It's
Mm-hmm.
really the critical thinking and creative problem solving. Tapos, pag coding part na, meaning, okay, you have like your working solution and kailangan mo na siyang i-implement. That's what I actually didn't like the most because, there's yun na yung parang rules about programming and you have to do again, play by the book of whatever programming language that you're using. Parang
Mm-hmm.
ganyan.
Mm-hmm.
But now, again, with the advent of your let's say generative AI, etc., your tool of solving is actually adapting to the user.
Right.
Meaning, kung dati, the user will have to adapt to whatever is the tool that's available.
Mm-hmm.
Yung rules nun. But now with generative AI, yung prompting, baliktad. And this, uh, last year lang yun technically naging widely available. And that's why I believe it's easier to learn nowadays because of that specific um, innovation. Kasi nga, like, again, saan ka nakakita na yung solution set yung nag-a-adapt sa user?
Oo nga eh.
That's it. And
Ah,
and now you can have more emphasis on really asking the questions, iterating it. And then you can then later on pwede, if you want to deep dive on how it was literally um done, right, under the hood, um yeah, you can do that. But you don't hindi na kailangan na laging bottom up approach because that's how it's usually taught. But
mm,
the when I was learning it, it can actually be top down. Kasi I experienced na people are taught like C, assembly,
mhm,
and then
mhm,
saka pa yung mga fun stuff, right? But what I learned when I was teaching stuff, and also from one of my mentors, Xavier, Puss, is
mhm,
really you have to to show them what it's for, what are you learning, and what it can actually solve. So once you have that hook, right, it will depend on the person how deep they want to go and how fast they actually want to learn it. Because for example, in like less than 30 minutes, you're able to show people that hey, you can actually create a program and then classify whether this is a cat or a dog. It's
mm,
like giving them the actual superpower, right? So mas ganun yung approach. But also, again for me, before I even start specific that specific module in teaching, I actually teach about um the AI ethics or safety first
mhm,
because my analogy is that I don't know also why this is not the standard, right? But when you teach people how to fire a gun, you always teach them the four gun safety protocols first. Because, again, like holding a gun is a neutral thing, it depends on the wielder, what it's going to be used for. Diba? It's the same with technology like AI. Because you can do a lot with it. It's a neutral thing, but you can do a lot of good with it, or you can also do a lot of bad with it unintentionally. So
mhm.
yung concept ng unintended consequences, I actually start with that when I was like teaching AI data science. That was the first module, like the mindset. Think trying to yeah, explain the kind of mindset that one should have whenever learning about these kinds of things. Because actually, that's the harder part to teach.
Yun nga, I noticed this is just from just meeting people. The fact kasi that you need to absorb kind of a lot of parang technical information, like how do you write the
Mm.
code, how do you operate the software. That's one part, ano. And then the other part, of which I'm a little iffy na nga these days, um, it's the way that math is part of the process, pero it's very intrusive for me. Parang there was this
Mm.
one post I saw sa LinkedIn. Sinabi nung writer, don't teach math first before when learning data science. And then kasi 'di ba pag mga LinkedIn posts you only see the first two lines and then you don't click ano na yun na yun. So people started bashing him, no? Like what? How do you do models without math? And then yung pala, ang point niya, you teach it later. Unahin mo yung
Mm.
actual project,
Yeah.
sample implementation so that when people get the hang of it, then they'll start,
Mhm.
being more curious about what the hell's happening under the hood. Ito pala
Yes.
yan. So, differential equations, gradient descent. So, I kind of believe that kasi yun nga parang if you start with that hard mathematics, there aren't that many people who would love mathematics upfront. They'll probably love it eventually. So you turn a lot of people off. Parang it sound so tuloy the
Hmm.
practice sounds much harder than it is. So nandyan. So you have
Yep.
the technical stuff, the math, and then what you're saying about the ethics and the unintended consequences, that's really more in the area of kind of the domain knowledge, no? And domain knowledge sometimes kasi is misnomer pero it can be knowledge of a field, it can be knowledge of an application area, like you're a finance person. Ako, I came from finance, so I know that field.
Hmm.
So I bring all of these tools into that field. But it's also in a way knowledge of like ethics, the right thing to do, how to avoid dangers, how to keep it safe. Parang
Hmm.
yun yung nalalaglag palagi. Everyone's too busy on figure out the use case or building applications. They forget na there is there is someone who will use this stuff and it can be dangerous for them, no? So I like that you start with that first and you go backwards and see how well people appreciate it.